Good morning, Long Beach. Good morning, Long Beach. It's Jerlene, and I'm live. I am at Silverado Park. Decided to stop by. I think I'm gonna make this my part of my normal, regular routine, just to give folks updates. So I'm standing in front of the Silverado gym that has now been completely enclosed in a gate. I'm gonna flip this camera so y'all can see the gate. This is what it looks like. Look at this. So this is the gate. So this is the gym. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna make this part of my regular routine. So I am standing against the gate. Okay, now watch this. I'm standing against the gate. Flip my camera around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Playground. New proposed emergency homeless shelter. Okay. All right, let me find me a seat somewhere. Oh, you know what's interesting? Did you know that Long Beach, the city of our city council made a proposal last year that if you are over the age of 12 years old, that you cannot be on the playground? So right now, me being on this playground is illegal. As an adult, it's illegal, and I could actually be fined for being on the playground since I'm over the age of 12. Yet, and it was done. The decision was made in the effort of safety. It was made in the effort of safety to keep our children safe. So the city of Long Beach passed an ordinance that if you're over the age of 12 years old, you are not allowed to be on the playground apparatus in any park in the city of Long Beach. And it was done in the effort of safety. Yet it is okay for a homeless shelter to be placed in our community park. Now, someone's already called me a few names and everything about that I don't care about homeless or whatever. First of all, that's not true at all. Our city has a problem. It needs to be resolved. But putting an emergency shelter in the middle of a park is not the answer. About over 2 weeks ago, this same park, a murder took place. A 17-year-old whose house happens to be on the outskirts of this park, that could get home and probably run home in less than 2 minutes, was murdered. So this community is already reeling from safety. So less than 7 days after a vigil is held in this park, our local government officials, led by the mayor of this city, okays putting a homeless shelter in this park. So this, I'm not letting it go. This is not the answer. And what's something, I don't know if people read, there was an overdose. Someone died of an overdose at the emergency homeless shelter that is located at Community Hospital. And if anyone has ever been somewhere where someone has died, like on site, it requires the coroner to come out. So can you imagine this community waking up in the morning to see emergency vehicles at the park dealing with a situation if there's an emergency here? Can you imagine the impact that that's going to have on this community? I know I live in a community or a neighborhood that has traditionally had high crime, high just things. And so I got PTSD whenever I hear the sound of sirens. I'm listening to see how close they are to my home. So anyway, I said, I'm a little out of shape. I'm breaking the law right now. I'm breaking the law. I'm on the playground and I'm over 12 years old in the city of Long Beach. But anyway, I wanted to go live just for a few moments. And let me hurry up and finish this. Last night, I attended the Long Beach City Council. Long Beach City Council meeting, and I went live afterwards. Was kind of animated. No, I'm not taking that video down. Yes, I mean every word that I said. And one of the reasons I decided to come to the park this morning, because I need people to understand the connection between the two. We have individuals that are in office that are making decisions on behalf of the community that are completely disengaged from the community in which they serve, and they have a complete disregard for the people that they serve. Okay, so the same people that last night that circumvented the process of our governmental process, the same people are the same people that are okay with what's happening here in Silverado Park. The mayor, Rex Richardson, talked about the overdose that took place at Community Hospital, and he spoke of it in such a cavalier manner that it was horrible, as if we just need to accept the fact that homeless people are going to die due to overdose. It doesn't matter if the person's homeless, not homeless, whatever it is. Everyone's life matters, and we should not normalize death in any way, just like we should not normalize homeless. So let me flip my camera. I don't know if you can see it. I'm on top of the jungle gym right now. Please pray that I don't fall down. Over there, I don't know if you can see, there's a homeless person, unhoused person that has been living. And I believe this is his normal spot. He takes up several benches. Right now it's an absolute mess. I walked over there, lots of trash and everything. So, I mean, it's a problem. But we've normalized this, right? Putting an emergency homeless shelter in the park is not the answer. Okay? And I'm going to keep saying that. It's not the answer. It was compared to 2020. Oh, well, they did it in 2020. People need to be reminded. In 2020, the world shut down. In 2020... you wouldn't have been able to even get on a playground in a park because the city had erected fences up around the playground so that children could not play. So safety was not an issue. The usage of our public facilities was not an issue because programming was not taking place in 2020 in our community. The public did not have access to parks and public places. So having an emergency shelter in a park in 2020, yeah, that met a need. It was okay, but we cannot compare 2020 to 2023. It's not the same. That's apples and oranges. So anyone that's walking around talking about, oh, well, it was one in 2020, bullshit. Okay. And then the whole thing that the community didn't complain. The community did complain. There was a community meeting that was held and community members came out and complained. And what's really interesting is it seems not to be any records of those complaints and it was in person. Oh, I don't know if it was in person. It may have been Zoom. But anyway, there was a meeting. I wasn't there. But I've talked to community members that was present. And the community was not happy with an emergency shelter being put in the park in 2020. Okay. Back to our local government. I am going to break down that city council meeting. Maybe y'all be more inspired to watch it if you're watching it with me. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to go piece by piece. And so you guys can understand the impact. Because something that was interesting that was said by the mayor last night, because something was brought up, was the whole thing about naming people. These titles, that you can give them titles, and I choose to use deputy title because that's what I choose. Basically, he invalidated his own title as mayor because he basically said it doesn't matter what title you give somebody. So in that case, he don't deserve the title of mayor, because if you could just give anybody the freaking title of mayor, I'm the mayor, y'all. Jerlene the mayor. Since anybody can have the title and you can get it without properly going through the formal electoral process to receive it. So I'm going to break that meeting down so that people can understand. Something that is like the rub for me is that we know more about the Grammys. I don't, because I don't want that. Folks are more inclined to talk about what's happening across the nation with Santos or any of these other nitwits that are in Congress, but they refuse to have conversations or pay attention to what's happening in our local government. That and not understanding the impact that local government decision making has on our local government. Do you realize that the conditions of our streets is related to the type of person that you have in office advocating for your community? Do you understand that? I think people fail to realize just the basic things like trees being cut back in our community, that those are decisions or things that can be impacted by our elected leadership. Just like the fact that there is this soon to be emergency homeless shelter in this park that we need to stop before it happens. Okay. But again, so my message to people who are enamored by title and position, guess what? Last night, your mayor told you those titles really don't matter because you can give everybody a title that he wants to give them. Okay, I want you to know that. So people who are enamored by the power structure and don't know anything about how our government really works, shame on you. And lastly, before I get off, I've received multiple calls and text messages of people asking me if I'm concerned about my safety. Do you understand that if you think or have any type of belief or feeling that I'm in danger because of my commentary, what does that really say about our leadership? Do you really believe that our leadership are capable of nefarious acts against a community member? Because if so, then right there in that should tell you that we have a problem. If you're concerned about my safety and well-being because how I'm using my voice because of you think someone's going to do something to me, it should not be about what you think is going to be done to me. You should be more concerned about what you actually think about the possibilities or what our leadership is capable of doing. No, I'm not in fear. And I don't know if y'all remember when the woman came and hacked off my camera off of my building. I just put up 7 more cameras. So anyway, Long Beach, I'll be back and I'm going to break down the city council meeting, and maybe you all will be inclined to watch it, or at least I'm not going to break down the meeting. I'm only going to break down agenda item number 19 so that people can see what the big deal is all about. And thank y'all. Y'all have a fabulous day. I'm going to keep breaking the law, and I think I'm going to play on this playground because it's illegal now. All right, take care.